Good morning from coast to coast. It's Tuesday, February 2nd, and we have your top news stories for today.
One of our top local stories today is MSUM being accredited for the business school. Minnesota State University of Moorhead has been accredited for the business school this year. On January 7th, 2010, the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business honored MSUM with accreditation. This is the highest achievement for an academic institution of business. Accreditation is gained by less than 5% of business schools globally. This is a huge honor for MSUM. Only 579 business schools through the AACSB within 35 countries have gained this title. The AACSB is something schools need to work on for years to meet all the requirements. The team at Coast to Coast congratulates MSUM on their accomplishment.
Thanks, Anastasia. Now we go live to Alex, where he's reporting in Haiti.
Thank you, Brian. I'm currently reporting from a temporary station Coast to Coast is set up in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. The earthquake rocked our establishment, as well as countless others, into confusion and disarray. Yesterday's 6.5 magnitude aftershock temporarily knocked out our visual transmitting capabilities. Many buildings are nothing but piles of rubble. But even most of those left standing, like the one you see behind me now, will have to be bulldozed for safety reasons. It is indeed a sad state of affairs here in Haiti. Those left living have seen their livelihoods destroyed, and although they may still have their breath, it will not be an easy road back to normalcy.
What is the atmosphere like down there in Haiti?
The atmosphere here, Brian, is quite turbulent. Much distress, a lot of uncertainty, but the people are fighting back and aid is beginning to come in.
Thank you. We wish you the best in Haiti. In other news, a movie called Avatar hit the theaters December 18th, grossing more than $1.3 billion in its first month, paving the way for a new generation of movie making. The stunning visual effects blended together with an inspiring story created a feeling of being there among the Na'vis. Viewers describe the movie as being fascinating, interesting, entertaining, and emotional. The special effects are so amazing that Pandora looks like a real location, and you can mistake the Na'vis as real. The effects in the movie were so believable that it didn't cross my mind that it was actually a digital paradise. I would recommend this movie to anyone and everyone, if not for the story, then for the experience. And now we go to Alex, our sports intern, for the latest scoop with Brett Favre.
Thanks, Brian. In an unexpected turn of events, it will be Favre and the Minnesota Vikings, not Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints, that will be taking on the Colts in the upcoming Super Bowl. This news follows statements this morning from the National Football League citing quarterback Brees and a majority of his teammates as having participated in what has been called an inappropriate use of medical marijuana after their NFC Championship game on January 24th. While the office of the Saints franchise was unavailable for comment, Coast to Coast News did secure an exclusive interview with Saints lineman Jonathan Casillas, who was penalized in the game against the Vikings for a late hit on Favre. Casillas said, among other things, that the pressure of always being expected to live like saints was just too much. The team felt that the cheap shots they took on 40-year-old Favre simply propelled them into more rebellious behavior that Casillas is now calling regrettable.
Great reporting, Alex. Yesterday, America's chance for an Australian Open men's title ended when former number 1 and current 7th-seeded Andy Roddick lost to Croatia's Marian Cilic in a 5-set thriller. Roddick lost the first set in a tiebreak 7-4. After losing the second set, he fought back to win the third and fourth set 6-3, 6-2, before dropping the fifth set 3-6. Roddick is looking for his first Grand Slam championship since winning his first in 2003 at the U.S. Open. Cilic will now play Andy Murray in the semifinals, where on the other side of the draw, world number 1 Roger Federer will take on France's Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. Now to Anastasia with breaking news.
Polar bears on the loose. Local man John Smith was housing 6 polar bears for his manager at the Red River Zoo. He left his Fargo home at 9:30 a.m. to get food for the bears and was reported back home at 11 a.m. the same morning to find all 6 bears in his backyard. They'd escaped from their cage. The hungry and very angry bears chased him down 13th Avenue for 12 blocks until proper law enforcement could stop the polar bears and safely bring them to the zoo. Apparently, the housing cage was not properly locked the night before after their feeding. I'm just thankful they had not escaped while sleeping, John replies, extremely out of breath after the chase has ended. I'm just thankful to be alive. He is not pressing charges to the zoo, and the zoo is no longer allowing employees to house animals.
I think that's a wise decision on the zoo's part. Good thing he's all right, though.
It sure is, Brian.
In other interesting news, an unfortunate series of events in a small Chicago suburb home unfolded last night when Scarlett, age 15, tumbled off her living room coffee table while performing a gospel rendition of a song made up on the spot. While filming an on-the-spot performance of herself, Scarlett decided to take advantage of the performance to create a makeshift stage out of her creaking table. While she was performing, she misstepped and fell off the table, and the table came crashing out from under her. Scarlett rolled around the floor for a couple minutes to recuperate, and she eventually regained her strength back. She was not hurt other than a bruise on her hip. We wish Scarlett a prosperous performance career.
Athletes normally don't drink while participating in sports. However, this week starts a sporting championship where drinking is not only accepted, but encouraged. The Las Vegas Beer Pong Open is an annual championship of 50 two-person teams from all over the country who participate in this college drinking game. The game consists of 2 teams alternating shooting 2 ping pong balls between a pyramid of 10 cups filled with alcohol. Between shots, opponents try to distract their opponents by yelling obscenities about the other team's mother or covering the cups with their hands. This year, the odds makers' favorite are the Double Bouncers, who were last year's runner-up. The tournament ends February 13th when the champion is crowned and receives the $50,000 cash prize. From the sports desk, this is Kyle.
From entertainment, this is Brian.
From local news, this was Anastasia.
And this is Alex from the intern desk. And from all of us at Coast to Coast, thank you for joining us for our first, and unfortunately last broadcast. Join us next year if we fail to pass this course.